So earlier this month for my birthday, I took a week off from work and just had a little staycation here filled with reading and doing some little crafty things. So this video is a recap of that week, and it also includes a couple other things I did later in the month and all the books that I read through the month of November. In this video, there is a birthday book haul from our trip up to Portland and a couple things that my mom got me. There are some cozy crafts and a office update. And then, like I mentioned, all the books that I read in November. So if that sounds good to you, get cozy and let's dive into it. Okay, so I think I want to give you a mini TBR slash book haul for my birthday. We went up to Portland and I got some really good books, and I had a lot of good books that I got on my trip to Idaho last month. So I'm going to share those with you. The first two books on my TBR, like I mentioned, is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. These are part of the Dream Harbor series by Lori Gilmore. I got the Cinnamon Bun when I was in Idaho. I really wanted to get the first one, but they only had the second one, so I bought that one, and then I ended up buying the first one in the series, and I just started that one. It was a really quick read. I enjoyed it. I think I gave it a 3.5 star, maybe 4. And then I just started the second one, which is pretty fun already too. This book series is definitely a mix between Living in Stars Hollow and also the Evergreen Town on the Hallmark movies. Super cozy, super fun with some spiciness mixed in, but I am enjoying them more than I thought I would. And then when we were in Portland, we went to a couple bookstores. We went to Powell's first, and it was so crowded. There was the Portland Book Festival going on, which I forgot about until we entered the bookstore, and it was just packed with people. Usually that would make me really anxious and claustrophobic, but since we had been there before, I knew what areas I wanted to go because I kind of had an idea of what books I wanted to buy. So we went directly to those areas. I found what I was looking for, and then we quickly exited because it was crowded. The one that I really wanted to get was Anne Bronte's Tenant of Wild Fell Hall, the Penguin, is it Penguin? Penguin Clothbound Classics editions. They didn't have it. You can order it online, so I'm going to order it later. But that was the one that I specifically went in to hopefully find, but I couldn't find it. So instead, while I was looking for that one, this one was on the next shelf over, and I've been hearing good things about it, but it's called Before the Coffee Gets Cold. And I can't remember if it's a Japanese book. Yeah, it says in a back alley of Tokyo. But it's basically about, there's this cafe you can go to and you can time travel, but you have to get back before your coffee gets cold. That's the only thing I really heard about this book, so I'm not sure what it's about beyond that, but I've been hearing really good things over the internet on it, so I'm really excited to read this. And then the other two that were on my list that I knew I was looking for there were the Legends and Latte series. So Legends and Latte, and then I got the Bookshops and Bone Dust. So these two are like cozy fantasy. I think Legends and Lattes is like one of the very first of this genre of cozy fantasy, and it's about an orc that is tired of fighting in the war, so she goes and opens this cafe, and her biggest trial and tribulation is trying to get the townsfolk to even know what coffee and a cafe is. And so it just looks really cute. It's another one that I've heard really good things about. And I'm excited, since we're in cozy season, to just curl up in a blanket with probably eggnog and just read these. So I'm really excited for these. These will probably be, my November reading list is really starting to stack up, so I'm probably gonna get to these in December or again in January, just because I have a lot of books that I have a lot of books now, and I have to go to the library tomorrow and pick up at least 3 more. So I thought that was it. Those were the only 3 books that I was going to buy there. I was only going to buy like 2 or 3. But as we were out, I saw in between all these people like a table full of books, and one caught my eye, and so I had to get it. It's called The Secret Service of Tea and Treason. I have no idea what this book is about. I've seen a couple other people online saying it was really cute, and it has like a Downton Abbey feel to it. So I just like grabbed it and ran. Um, so yeah, I am excited to read this one. It kind of has maybe a spring vibe. So if I don't get to it soon, I'll read it in the spring. I really try and buy books that I'm going to read right away, um, and that fit the season. But some of these I kind of went crazy this fall. Like I was doing really good about not buying a whole lot of books through spring and summer, but like as soon as fall hit, and I think it's when I go somewhere, I want to visit all the bookstores, and then I just like load up on books. So that's what I've been doing lately, but I feel like I could spend my money on a lot worse things. So that's what I got at Powell's. And then we went to Grand Gesture Books, which is a really cute romance bookstore. I think it opened last November, so it's only been open a little over a year. And I believe the owner used to work at Powell's. It is a Black and LGBTQ owned place, and it's super cute. Really, the staff was super friendly. It was really nice to see that they were super crowded with people buying books. It was way crowded that I couldn't really like look at everything and all the genres, so I kind of got a little overwhelmed at that point and just grabbed something because I didn't want to just spend like an hour trying to wade through all the people in there. And I really didn't know what I was looking for, since I don't know, I just didn't know. I had all the books that I wanted at that point, so I just kind of went into there to support their local business, and I didn't really have a plan of action of what I wanted. So I ended up buying, I've already opened it, but I ended up buying a mystery book, like a blind date with the book. The only details you get is that I think the MF stands for male and female as the main characters. It's young adult, Korean main characters, and modern rom-com energy. So that's what I picked. I had no idea what I got, but I did open it after I got home, and it actually looks really cute. It's called Bingsu for Two, and I think it's about these 2 young adults. I think one may own the cafe, or they both work there at this coffee shop, and it's a fake dating trope. They're posting on social media, and all of their followers want them to get together, and so they start fake dating, and then I think eventually it turns into real dating. But this book is super cute. It came with a little like postcard in the center, and the front cover is cute by itself, but the book without the cover is just as pretty, because like that mint green is like my absolute favorite color. So I'm not sure if I want to display it with or without the book cover or the book sleeve. So yeah, I'm excited to read that one as well. I think for not knowing what I got, I think I picked a good one. And then for my birthday presents, I'm gonna show you this because I'm really excited about this. My husband got me this little pendant necklace. It has a little paw print on it, and it's actually Charlotte's paw etched into it. I've been wanting this for like a full year, but I finally told him that's what I want for my birthday. So it's it's just really special reminder of Charlotte, and I can take her with me wherever I go now. But so that one was probably my favorite present that I got for my birthday. And then my mom's so funny. So I took her to that romance bookstore when I was in Idaho, and she was definitely taking notes on what I thought was cute because she got me a bunch of stuff for my birthday from that store, but she got some really cute things. She got me this hat that says Bookish. I'm not super big on ball caps, but I'm going to try and wear this because it is cute. And then this one's probably my favorite. It's a mug that says the book was better, and it has books on the side. Um, and when I opened it, I read it and just said, yep, that is true. And then, let's see, she got me the most recent book in the Dream Harbor series. So now I'm just missing the Christmas Tree Farm and the Strawberry Pancake House, and then I'll have all 5 of them. I think I will probably buy the Christmas tree one probably in December so that I can read these 2 at Christmas because they both look really Christmassy. And then I'll probably read the Strawberry Pancake House out of order a bit and leave it to last so I can read it in the spring because it looks like spring summer. But that was fun. I think my Nana, when my mom was buying this, she goes, I think Jessica was looking at that while she was here. And then so that was funny. They're really cute. And then the last thing she got me, which was also book themed, was this like box, and it's filled with like book stationery things. So like it has this little journal which I've already started using. It's just a notebook, but it's just a line notebook, but I've started to use it for now that I'm reading the Dream Harbor series. There's so many characters, so I decided to write them all down so I can keep track of them over the 5 books. And then it had, let me show you. So it looks like this on the inside, and the notebook went right here, but it has these little book plates so you can write your name on them and glue them into your books. And then it has a bunch of bookmarkers. I think it came with like 6 bookmarkers. So I have tons of bookmarkers now. And then that drawer opens. And then it came with a book lover's journal so that you can rate the books and leave like a review in them, which I thought was cool. I've actually wanted something like this, but since I read like 70 books a year on average, I would fill this up in like half a year. So I don't see the point. I didn't see the point of getting one. And this one is so small, but I think if I join a book club or like, I'm going to save it for something special, either like book club reviews or like something in a series or something. I'm not going to put all my books in here, but I am going to use it because it's really cute. And then it also came with like a little notepad. Came with a book of stickers. It's like really cute little stickers in here. It came with note cards that are all different book themed. There's some that with cats and dogs and plants on them, and then postcards. And then it came with, I won't open this, but it's like a banner that says read more books. So I'll probably put that above my desk somewhere. And then it came with this really cute, it's a poster on one side, and then on the other side, it's a coloring book log where you can write in your books and then color them as you go. So I thought that was really fun. So my mom did good this year. Really cute. I always ask her not to get me anything, but I think gift giving is her love language. So even if I say don't get me anything, she still gets me stuff. But it was really nice of her. I do really appreciate it. So I'm back from running errands, but I decided I wasn't in the mood for reading this afternoon. So instead, when I got back, I decided to clean and organize the library/office area because there were just like boxes and random stuff shoved in the corner, and it was really just a mess in here. And so I thought now that I've cleaned it, I will give you an updated tour because I've changed some things around. And so I thought I'd show you that really quick. So the biggest update to the space is that I moved the desk from where the area rug is right there in the middle over to in the corner where I had my reading chair. And I don't really like the desk there, but I never use it, and it was too dark in there to ever read in my chair, so I never used this room for reading. So instead, I moved the chair over here. And again, I actually really hate the way it looks, but it is more functional there because I get all the natural light from the sliding door. And then while I'm reading, I have a great view of the bird bath and all the birds that come visit, as well as the marsh. So that has been nice, but again, I do hate the way it looks. And then over here, you saw in a different video when I did this gallery wall. This wall hasn't changed too much. I'm now storing all my bookmarkers in this little container. I have quite a few now, which is awesome. And then in the center are all of my new books that I've bought and plan to read in the next couple months. And then once I read them, I put them on the main bookcase. And then I treated myself to this cookie jar for my birthday. I used to have one exactly like it that a friend got us for Christmas, but when I was getting rid of things and decluttering, I got rid of it thinking that it wouldn't match. Oops. I got rid of it thinking it didn't match our style at the time, but now it does again, and it reminds me of Charlotte. Even though this is a French Bulldog and she was a Boston Terrier, I decided I really wanted it again, so I went and bought it for my birthday. Bookcase, I think I eventually want to change out the picture frames. I like the brass, but I think they're a little bit too serious for this room. Like, I want it more whimsical, and I feel like the brass just kind of, I don't know, is a little bit too sophisticated for the space. So over time, I'm going to play with that, kind of do something fun like over here. But those are the updates to this area. Oh, and then this tote bag I got in Idaho at the It's a Love Story bookstore. It's super cute. I was using it today when I ran my errands. But yeah, so this is the new space. We don't really use it, and so it gets cluttered a lot, but hopefully now that it's clean, I will do a little bit more reading in here. Today I want to do some crafting, and so for our first craft I want to make some bookmarks, because when I thought of this activity I had like 2 bookmarks and I kept losing them, so I thought it would be fun to collect a bunch of stickers and then just have a day making a bunch of like easy bookmarks out of construction paper that I got at Michael's. I got this whole pack for like $5, and then I've been collecting really fun stickers. These ones I got to make my husband one since he really likes pizza, and then I got some French bulldogs for me and little like kitten cafe ones, and then with the ones my mom got me in that book lovers book, I have a bunch of book themed ones. So even though I do now have enough bookmarks, somehow they've slowly, like, somehow from going to 2 I have like a couple dozen, but I still think it's a fun craft to do, so I'm gonna make some bookmarks. So I ended up making about 10 bookmarks, all double-sided, and I'm really happy with the way they turned out. I think the pizza ones are actually my favorite that I made for my husband. And I did put a little hole punch at the top of each of them because I want to string some ribbon through them, and then I also want to take them to FedEx and laminate them, so I might do that tomorrow. But for our next project, I want to make a TBR jar since I have a ton of books on my shelf that I haven't read at all or I haven't read in a really long time. So I want to write all of those down and stick them in a jar and pull one or two out of the jar a month and read those so that I don't buy as many books this next year, and read all the books that I have on my shelf. So I already made a list of what I haven't read, and it came to more than I thought. I have about 100 books that I haven't read or haven't read in a while on my shelf. So what I'm going to do to keep this project budget friendly is I borrowed a jar from the kitchen, and then I'm going to use the same paper that I used for the bookmarks and cut them into strips and just write down all of the books that I haven't read and then fold them up and then put them in this jar. So here is my finished TBR jar. I have 101 book titles in here, and then I went ahead and made this cute little tag. I used leftover stickers I had from my bookmark project, but I'm excited to start using this. I probably won't use it until next year just because I have so many books on my TBR already. But this will be fun to get into because there's a lot of good books on my bookshelf that I haven't read in a while and some I've never read. So I really want to get them all read, not within the next year or anything, but like one or two a month. So that'll be fun. So here are the books that I read for the month of November. The first book that I finished was the last Anne of Green Gables book, Rilla of Ingleside. That one has to do with Anne's youngest daughter, Rilla, and it's the beginning of World War I. And it just has to deal with how the Blythe family is coping with the war, as well as how Prince Edward Island and everybody is pitching in. I did really like this book. It was probably my third favorite of all of them. The next couple books that I read were the Pumpkin Spice Cafe and then the sequel, The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. These ones were decent. I think I liked the Pumpkin Spice Cafe a little bit better than the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe is just like a cute little cozy, kind of like Gilmore Girls or the Hallmark Evergreen movies, just a cozy little town. This gal inherits her aunt's coffee shop and comes to town and falls in love with a grumpy farmer that lives there. And then the second book is about this gal that runs the bookstore right next door, and she's turning 30 and is kind of freaking out about it. Someone is leaving her scavenger hunt clues in her bookstore, so she invites a handsome fisherman that she's known for a few years to accompany her. And yeah, it was good. I think because it was more summery and the cover is more fall, it kind of threw me. And it was a lot about the beach and the ocean and stuff, and that's not my favorite. So I did not like this one as much, but it was still a good read. And then the next two books I read were the sequels to The Salt Path. I read The Wild Silence, and then the third one is called Landlines. I liked the second two books a lot better than I liked The Salt Path, and I don't know if it's because The Salt Path is based primarily on the coast, and I'm more of a mainland girl. It was. I also think that her descriptions in the second and third books were better, and they had more details about their previous life before they started walking the salt path, and I found that really interesting. And the third book was really good because it takes place during COVID. Like, I think early 2021 is when they started out on this. So it's interesting how the UK was dealing with not only COVID, but Brexit and changes in their environment, like sustainability wise, and like depleting resources and less and less wildlife. So this one really resonated with me the most because those are the things that I care about. And so I really did like this one. I know I was skeptical about if the Salt Path, how much of it was true, but I enjoyed the next two books more than that one. Then the last series that my husband and I are both reading is Stephen King's Dark Tower series. At the beginning of the month, we both read The Gunslinger, which is the first book in the series, and this one's the second. This one is The Drawing of the Three. I feel like the first one, The Gunslinger, was a good book, but it was really confusing. Like, it just ended in a very interesting, open-ended place. But this second book really wrapped that book up and this one together. And this was a series that my husband picked out, but we're both really enjoying it. We've both finished this one really quickly in just a few days because it was so good. We are waiting for the third one from the library. I think it is ready for us to pick up today, so I think we're going to do that later. But really, really good books. Nothing like the movie, but just an interesting. I have not read Stephen King before, so this is my first time reading that, and I've really been enjoying it. So yeah, those are the 7 books I read this month. Next month I have a bunch of Christmassy holiday books that I'm going to read. So yeah, I've got quite a bit of reading on my list to go for the rest of the year. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I feel like I've really been slowing down this month, and I have a feeling it's going to continue into December. So I may be posting a little bit less for the rest of the year. I'm really trying to figure out what I want to post and how I want to show up for you guys. So I'm also trying to really enjoy the holiday season, and I think being off of social media is going to be part of that. Both creating content and consuming content. I just need a little break. So I may do 1 or 2 vlogs for the rest of the year, but I'm really trying to soak in the moment of just being home and with my family. So anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I should see you next week or the week after for a little holiday vlog.